Let's get one thing straight. Announcing your goal is neurological self-sabotage. It is not an act of commitment, it is an act of profound weakness. You are literally trading a future accomplishment for a cheap hit of validation right now, and it is costing you absolutely everything.
Your failure to actually get things done, it isn't a character flaw, it's a fundamental biological misunderstanding of how your brain's reward system actually works. You think talking about the work is the first step to doing the work. You are dead wrong. Talking has become the substitute for it.
See, when you announce your grand plan, you're going to write a book, you're going to start a business, you're going to get in shape, and someone gives you that little nod of approval, your brain gets what's called a symbolic completion. That social recognition tricks your mind. It gives you the satisfaction of having the identity of a writer or an entrepreneur before you've done a single bit of the work. And guess what? The striving mechanism just shuts down.
Okay, wait, but isn't talking about this stuff supposed to be good? For accountability?
That is a complete and total delusion. You're not looking for accountability. You're hunting for validation. It's a cheap, counterfeit reward. It's the psychological equivalent of eating a candy bar when your body is screaming for protein. Sure, it satisfies the craving for a second, but it leaves you weaker, malnourished.
Let's forget psychology for a minute. This is a biological trap. It is hardwired directly into your dopamine circuits, and it is precisely why you keep failing.
There's a clinical term for this, for your constant cycle of failure. It's called the intention-behavior gap. It's the space between your grand announcements and your pathetic inaction. And this isn't some new idea. It's a well-documented phenomenon. You're not unique. You're just average in your inability to follow through. Just look at that number, 50%. Half of everything people say they're going to do never gets done. This isn't just your problem. It's a human vulnerability, and you will not overcome it with flimsy motivation. You need strategy. Here's the core of the issue. Your brain's dopamine system is, frankly, pretty dumb. It cannot tell the difference between the cheap reward of praise and the earned reward of real accomplishment. So when you announce your goal and get that social pat on the back, you get a dopamine hit. That feeling of good job neutralizes the drive to actually do a good job. You've spent your motivational currency before you've even stepped inside the store. All human ambition is driven by something called reward prediction error. It's a gap between what you have and what you want. That gap creates a tension that fuels the dopamine-seeking system. But when you get praise, you prematurely close that gap. You tell your brain the hunt is over. You neutralize the very chemical engine that was designed to push you forward.
So, what you're saying is my own biology is actively working against me?
Yes, it absolutely is. It's a vulnerability that you have allowed to run your life. But now, we fix it. Here is the protocol to turn your biology from a liability into a weapon.
Part 1 of the protocol is to weaponize your silence. And listen, this isn't about being passive. This is an aggressive tactic, straight from Law 4 of the 48 Laws of Power. Always say less than necessary.
Silence is a psychological shield. It protects your internal dopamine reserves so you can spend them on the actual work. It stops others from judging, questioning, or even sabotaging your plans before they begin. It forces you to focus on execution, not on a performance for an audience. In a world of endless noise, the person who moves in silence is powerful, controlled, and frankly, intimidating.
You have to understand this. Words expose you. They reveal your hand, your weaknesses, your intentions. Brevity and silence conceal everything. It forces other people to project their own anxieties onto you. This is a proven strategy for control and influence.
All right, part 2. This is the tactical fix, a precise method for bypassing your flawed motivation system entirely. We are going to replace emotional dependency with cold, hard engineering. It's called the if-then protocol.
Look at the comparison. Your current approach is weak. It's a vague goal intention, a wish. I intend to reach X. It relies on motivation, a feeling that you've already proven is unreliable. The superior method is an implementation intention. It's a specific plan that links your action to a cue in your environment. It's not about motivation. It's about making your goal pursuit automatic.
Okay, I get it. So how do you actually build one? What are the specific, actionable steps?
It is a simple 3-step algorithm. Step 1, define your goal with absolute clarity, no ambiguity. Step 2,
Specify the if. This is your trigger, a precise time, a specific place, an event that will happen. Step 3, specify the then, the exact, non-negotiable action you will perform the second that trigger occurs.
Here's a concrete example. The weak version is, I want to write. Useless. The engineered version is, if I sit down at my desk after my first coffee, then I will immediately open the document and write for 25 minutes without checking my phone. The cue is sitting down at the desk. The action is precise. There's no room for debate.
This is why the protocol works. It completely bypasses the need for conscious decision-making. It takes your unreliable motivation out of the equation. You delegate control to the environment. Execution becomes automatic, like a reflex. This is the antidote to your weakness. Stop talking, start engineering.
Subscribe for clarity. There is no cheap motivation here.